Hi, my name is Cheryl, and I want to walk you through how to create some basic slide layouts using Articulate Storyline. We're going to create just a general opening slide. We're going to create a welcome slide and also a main menu slide. This is a template that I've already created for another course, so I want it to kind of look like this for a new course. So we're going to start by opening up that file. It's called Leadership. And I've already created the scene, so I'm going to click on the slide, and you can see that I have a blank slide. My very first slide that I want to use is I want to apply a layout that we're using to create this. So here's a general layout that the client has asked me to use with our color palette on the side. So we're going to start by just writing the title, and I just insert a text box in. Okay, and I don't really care right now about the size of it or the placement because all of that can be changed. I'm using the font that we use for these modules, and also let's just make it a little bit bigger, and I might move it a little bit up. The next thing on this slide that I need is I need kind of a button or a trigger. So I'm going to use one of the built-in buttons that they have by clicking on button, and we start our modules for this client. They like the Let's Begin. This again is not the right font, so I'm going to just highlight it and change the font. Now I have the right font, but I do not, it's a little bit big too, I do not have the right color scheme. So I've clicked on the shape. I'm going to go to Shape Fill, and I'm going to click on the eyedropper. And by doing, I can pick anything in this color palette, and now that looks a lot better. And again, I'll go back and I'll resize where everything goes. Okay, so the next thing I need is I need a new slide. So I'm going to go up here to New Slides. The next layout I want to use is just the simple teal border that we're using. And I always give myself some notes kind of within my slides. We're including videos in this module. And so I'm just reminding myself to put in the welcome video there. And I'll take that out once I insert the video. But I want to show you how to make the little buttons that one can navigate for the learner here. So what we're going to do, instead of using the button, I'm going to actually use a shape. Shape are just easier for me to kind of customize what I want. And so that's just a basic shape. Now let's see how big it, I don't know if I like the size of it. It seems a little bit big, but that seems okay. Again, it's not the color that I want, so I'm going to change it right off the bat. Go back to my Shape Fill button. And this time, I'm just going to grab the color of the border because that's what I want. Now, this learning module has 5 interactions for the learner. And so I'm just going to hit Control-C and then followed that by Control-V to paste. So that's 2 boxes, 3, 4, 5. And then I just kind of throw them in line here. And my spacing is off, and that is fine. I'm actually going to have Articulate do my spacing for me. And how do I do that is I overlap that space. And now I'm just going to highlight that section. And I'm going to ask it to align or arrange. This is a great feature that Articulate Storyline has, where I can ask it to align those vertically. So it does a nice spacing for me, then I don't have to worry about the individual spacing. I can just type right on here, and so the first one is importance of leaders. Let me take a minute and do that. Hang on. Okay, I have filled in all of the tab buttons, the names of the training that they'll be using, and I filled it in the right font. Now, I want to create my main slide. So this one I'm just going to title, and you just double click. I'm just going to call this my welcome slide. It is a good habit to title everything. With that, also down here in my timeline, I should be titling all of the shapes also that I have done as I go through. Give me a minute. Okay, now I've gone through and named all of my buttons. The next thing I want to do is put in that main menu slide. So I'm going to go back to my layouts, and my main menu slide had the color palette on it. I want those buttons back here. The easiest way to do it is go back to my other slide, highlight my buttons, and I'm going to hit Control Copy there, Control C, get back on my slide, Control V, and there they are, and they're all named down here in the timeline. Saves you a lot of time than recreating it. And I need a title here to say Main Menu. I'm not going to forget to put it in the font that our client is using. And also I want to pull up that color palette. I don't want black. And I'm going to pull up the eyedropper. We're going to go with this orange. So all my modules look the same, and I can kind of center that in there. So there you have it. We've done, let me title that one, Main Menu. So what we've done is we've done just a basic with a button. We have created some buttons, and now we have a main menu. In the next tutorial, I will show you how to add triggers to these buttons to link it to the different scenes that I've already created. Thank you for watching.